What was the impact of the Rings of Power on elves? Have you ever wondered how the Rings of Power affected the Elves of Middle-earth? The story of these rings is both fascinating and complex. Crafted by Celebrimbor with Sauron's guidance, the Rings of Power were initially seen as a way for the elves to preserve their beautiful realms. They longed to maintain the splendor of their lands, similar to the undying lands of Valinor. However, the creation of the One Ring by Sauron introduced a dangerous twist. This One Ring had the power to control the bearers of the other rings, threatening to enslave them to Sauron's will. The elves, particularly those who held the three rings, were aware of this risk. These rings were named Vilya, Narya, and Nenya. Unlike the other rings, these were crafted without Sauron's direct involvement, which helped them avoid his corrupting influence. Still, they were linked to the One Ring, meaning that if Sauron regained it, he could potentially dominate the bearers of the elven rings. The elves used their rings to sustain the beauty and vitality of their realms. For instance, Galadriel used Nenya to preserve the enchanting land of Lothlorien, while Elrond wielded Vilya to maintain the serenity of Rivendell. However, this power came with a cost. The rings could instill a sense of nostalgia and make their bearers reluctant to let go of the past. In practical terms, the elven rings were essential for keeping their realms vibrant against the fading magic of Middle-earth. This preservation was vital for the elves' connection to their lands and their way of life. Yet, the looming presence of the One Ring always posed a threat. It could undermine the elves' control over their own rings and force them into servitude. The impact of the Rings of Power on elves illustrates their struggle to preserve their realms while resisting Sauron's corrupting influence. Their ability to wield these rings without succumbing to Sauron's control showcased their resilience and wisdom in the face of danger. The story of the Rings of Power and the elves is a captivating chapter in elven history, revealing their enduring connection to their lands and the challenges they faced.